Having heard the sound of the bell, it's like an invitation to transition from whatever you've been doing to giving yourself a little bit of space. So if you'd like to find a comfortable place to sit or to lie, and this practice is nice actually if you lie down. It's really a self-compassion practice. So bringing compassion to yourself. So having found a position where you can be comfortable, warm and safe for the next 10 or 15 minutes. The idea of this practice is that you really allow yourself to experience your own kindness. Now we all know very well how to take care of other people when they're suffering. And if you think of what compassion is, compassion really needs three things. It needs some element of suffering, and then some element of kindness which moves towards the suffering. And when those two meet, the suffering and the kindness, then the heart opens with compassion, just happens. And then the extra part that compassion needs is often we're motivated to do something to alleviate the compassion. So it becomes much more challenging when we're the one who's suffering. It's not so easy to turn that heart of kindness towards ourselves when we're in pain and when we're suffering. So learning the skill of having compassion for ourselves it's really quite an art. So this little practice now will give you a taste of what is possible to do for ourselves in the moments when we're struggling, and there can be many moments. So remembering that we all know how to take care of other people when they're in pain, when they're suffering, and it's just using those skills towards ourselves. So rather than turning away from our pain, it's really turning towards it in a gentle, caring and kind way. So as you lie here now or sit, we'll do this as a practice, so I'm going to invite you to bring something to mind, but remembering that as you practice this and you become good at it, you can do it any time during the day by simply stopping and noticing. So as you lie or sit here now, bringing to mind something in your life that's maybe troubling you a little bit, something that's bringing a certain element of stress, maybe pressure, anxiety or fear, or perhaps it's something from the past that keeps revisiting you and making you maybe sad, upset in some way. But not bringing to mind some enormous difficulty that you really don't want to bring to mind. Bringing to mind something manageable but stressful. So as you bring this to mind, who's involved and what's the story? Just little details, if you can, about what it is that's creating some stress, pain, suffering. And having brought it to mind, now trusting that you can, for these moments, let go of the storyline, the narrative, and bringing your attention to your body and seeing if there's any part of the body that actually becomes uncomfortable or became uncomfortable having brought this difficulty to mind. So is there some part of your body that perhaps is tense, uncomfortable, disturbed, fluttering? Maybe feeling the pressure of some anxiety, fear. So bringing your attention very close to the body and noticing any area that is uncomfortable, having brought this story to mind. So where is this part of the body that feels really uncomfortable? Pressure, pain. And as you allow your attention to come to this area, seeing if you can perhaps draw a circle around it. It's not your entire body. It's possibly just some smaller part of your body that feels uncomfortable. So where is it? And can you allow the edges of this discomfort perhaps to soften a little? Maybe allowing some other part of your body to really find ease, relax, soften. And maybe using the words as you find some part of the body that's softer, more relaxed. Maybe using the words softening, softening. Softening. As you find some part of your body that can relax, find ease and soften. And then if you can take one hand and place it on this area that felt uncomfortable. And if it's in a rather awkward place, don't worry, you could place one hand on your belly and another hand on your heart, your chest. And seeing if you can allow this hand to be a nourishing, supporting, tender hand, a little bit like you might gently touch a young child who was feeling distressed. So you're allowing your hand to gently touch your own body with the idea of soothing and comforting yourself. So allowing your hand to gently rest either on a place of discomfort or on your heart or your belly, as though you were placing a warm compress on a painful wound. And you might use the simple word of soothing, soothing, soothing. So you're really turning towards this discomfort, allowing your touch to be gentle, allowing your touch to be the gentle hand, perhaps, of a parent or a carer for a child. And using the words softly into yourself, soothing, soothing. And allow the body to relax as you hear the words. So just bringing these two parts of the practice together, keeping your attention as close to the body as you can, and allowing some part of your body to be soft, and using the words softening, softening, as you really allow the body to soften in some place, some part. And then allowing your touch to be gentle, tender, and soothing, as though it was a warm hand of a kind carer taking care of you. Soothing, soothing, soothing. And then the final part of this little self-compassion practice is simply allowing whatever is in your experience right now to be there. It's there. So having the courage, the confidence and kindness to simply be with whatever is present. Perhaps using the words, may I allow myself to be just as I am in this moment. May I allow things to be just as they are, giving space to whatever is here, so things can shift and move. Maybe emotions arising like a wave and passing, giving them space. So as you sit or lie here now, reminding yourself that you can always turn towards discomfort, towards pain, suffering, anxiety, with some degree of kindness and care, so that when you notice your suffering, you can meet it with kindness, and that meeting brings compassion. And when the compassion is for yourself, it's self-compassion. And reminding yourself that you can soften the body with some gentle words, softening, softening. And a tender, gentle touch is often helpful. And using words like soothing, comforting, caring. As you feel your gentle touch supporting yourself. And then moving to simply allowing whatever is in your experience to be there. It's here, and just giving it space, allowing. And all of this encourages you to gently turn towards the discomforts. And it becomes possible to be with the painful experiences if they can be held in care, in kindness, in compassion. And then it gives you the courage to sometimes be with the discomfort rather than trying to run away from it, push it away, deny it. So simply turning towards with gentleness, with kindness and care can allow some of the difficulties to wash through you like a wave. And then you can find more stability, steadiness, in just these moments of gently and kindly turning towards rather than running away from. And this builds a skill that can become like a friend. The more you use it, the more comfortable you become with it, and the more helpful it is to you in your life. And before you hear the sound of the bell to indicate the end of the practice, you can open your eyes and look around, touch base with what's around you, what's solid, and then hearing the sound of the bell before you resume your activities with perhaps a more open, kinder heart.